And we'll start in the 7th position in this one. So Dave Dykstra and Scott Kruder on the front row. The Team Turner cars in row number 2. As we come down to the green flag at Engler Machine Tool Heat Race number 1.
Green flag is out. Hoddick gets the good jump here. Illinois as they come up on the inside. Look at him move around the outside. The 49, Hoddick gets around a couple on the backstretch out of 2, and his teammate Kruder leads him off of 4, Greg.
Kruder across the stripe will lead lap number 1. Dykstra in 2nd, Turner in 3rd. And yeah, right now Todd Hoddick looking very strong in the 4th position.
Dykstra up to the top side. Turner will follow him through there. Right now, Kruder was out on the Patriot Tour, I believe, Greg, and he's kind of made Ohsweken his Friday night home, looking good out front.
The straight shooter leads them down the backstretch with Port Culver and Punisher sitting in 2nd. Jamie Turner riding there in 3rd, looking for a good night for Team Turner Racing.
Hoddick holding on for Tom Hoopinen, got around 2, but seems to stem the flow right there as they get single file and stretched out. Kruder to the high side of 4, halfway down, 4 to go for the 49X.
Halfway through Engler Machine and Tool Heat Race number 1, Tom Hoopinen so far has been able to get by a couple of cars. And now problems for Dane Nida up in corner number 1 as the car lost power coming down the front chute.
Yeah, not sure what's up with the Dane Nida 07X, but he stops in turn number 2. He could have been as simple as it popping out of gear, or possibly something terminally wrong. Now Dane looks like he's going to try and pop it back into gear. They run what's called an in and out box, and it's pretty much a lever in the cockpit. They push it down, rock the car a bit. You may see them do that. It meshes up the gears and they can put it into gear. Then they need to be push started and they will stay in gear. If the car pops out of gear, there's no clutch, there's no way to put it back in gear other than to coming to a stop. The car can be running out of gear, but you're essentially neutral and you're stuck there until you stop, shut it off, lock it back in gear and get pushed again. So could have been something as simple as the lever popping up. Not too common that happens, but it does from time to time. And away we go with Kruder on it again. Dykstra going a bit lower and pushing hard to the bottom of 2.
Kruder, your leader down the backstretch with Dykstra in tow. Coming down, they'll see the popsicle sticks, 2 to go for the leader, straight shooter Scott Kruder.
Kruder once again to the high side. Dykstra right in his tracks, then Turner a bit lower. Hoddick a hair lower than him. And nobody really making gains on the leader. Kruder as he comes to the high side of 4 and the white flag flies.
One more trip around for the driver out of Alden, New York. In the Batavia Downs and Casino Casey Truck Salvage, car number 49X, the straight shooter on his way to the win in Engler Machine and Tool Heat Race number 1.
Scott Kruder comes down. He'll grab the win here. Dave Dykstra will be second. Jamie Turner 3rd. Then Todd Hoddick, Tom Hoopinen, Dane Nida, and Haber Daniels in the 9NZ.
So there's your winner of Engler Machine and Tool Heat Race number 1 out of Alden, New York. It's the straight shooter Scott Kruder. And make sure you're waving down the gentleman in the bright greenish yellow t-shirts. There they are. There's Ron down there. He's selling the tickets. $5 gets you 3 chances to win a ride. A 2-seat sprint car brought to you by Renway Fuels and Lubricants, Heating and Cooling. Coming down to the green flag here in Drysdale Racing Products, Heat Race number 2.
So here we go. Jamie Collard gets on the gas and we are underway. A pile of rookies in this one. 3 of them, in fact, with Spice, Mahoney, and Ross running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Jamie Collard hot off a 16th place finish with the World of Outlaws on a Tuesday night. He pulls out the advantage over Sammy Stice, who's holding his own up there in 2nd.
Collard led part of the feature on Monday night when Tony Stewart went to Victory Lane. Collard led much of the first half of that one, and car went away on him in the second half of the race. He wants to atone for that here tonight, already half-tracking the 40 of Sammy Stice.
3 laps into the books, 5 to go here in Drysdale Racing Products Heat Race number 2, and Collard pulling away from Stice. Right now it's Mahoney in 3rd, 4th is Ross, 5th Brown, and 6th is Jim Hoopinen.
halfway that time by for Collard out front of Stice, Mahoney, Ross, Brown, and Hoopinen, who hasn't made up any ground after having to start at the back of the pack.
5 in this time by, 3 laps to go. Stice doing a phenomenal job up there in the second spot. He hasn't had a lot of laps around this speedway, but looking very racy in second.
Yeah, Stice doing a good job pulling away from the third place car, Mahoney, and now Stice has a problem. Mahoney, into the side, and now Ross gets into Mahoney. Flat left rear for Mahoney.
Front end on the 3R of Ross broken. The right rear broken on the 5C of Connor Mahoney. And Sammy Stice, Tommy, just as you and I were talking about how great of a run he was having, the car just all of a sudden lost power up in corner number 4. Connor Mahoney had nowhere to go and kind of slid into the back end of the 40. Doesn't look to be much damage from what we can see on this side on the Stice machine.
Yeah, it looked like they caught mostly the wheel on the Stice machine, but they may have to keep an eye and see if there's a slow leak on the tire on that one. But much of the damage went to Ross and Mahoney there.
Yeah, tons of damage to the Connor Mahoney 5. The whole rear end tore out of this car, and they're going to have a lot of work to do on the 5C back in the pits, as both left and right sides are tore up here on the 5C, and they've certainly shifted this rear end out of place and broke all the radius rods. Over here on the Ross 3R, definitely the nose tore up a bit, and the front end definitely going to need some work over here, as they've tore up a lot of the front end geometry for the Ross 3R here.
That's another car that had a 410 engine in it on Tuesday night, so possibly more mechanical gremlins on that one as they put the 360 engine back in to race here tonight.
Support of our big Monday, Tuesday show. We're glad you're all here and glad you can be back with us tonight. Sprint cars, man, they've had a busy week. Some of them swapping motors, other guys just having a good time with their buddies for a few days, and back at it tonight. It's all business. As I bring them around, Tommy, we'll turn it over to you for the start of qualifying race number 3.
Cunningham and Goldner will start us off here. Dempster and Krutchka, though, get a good jump, and they will split. Goldner, here comes Steele. He has to back off in turn 1.
So it's Cunningham, the first one to lead them into turn 4. Krutchka behind him. Dempster running third in the 5. Then it's the 80 of Steele. He's got his modified crew owner Pete Costco here tonight, and he'd like to put on a good show for them. Right rear goes on the Krutchka 0-1, and he blows the right rear sky high. And I can tell you guys, that was a brand new Hoosier. Those were the first laps on the 01's right rear. So not sure if he'll get time to get that one fixed to come back out or not, but tough break for Mikey Krutchka as the right rear goes sky high.
Mikey kept it under power there, headed straight to the pits in the 0-1. He wants to get that tire changed and get back out here. The attrition bug has settled in here on these racers tonight.
Krutchka can't seem to grab a break. Got a decent draw tonight. Was looking good. Got a great start. Heading down the backstretch for the final time. I can tell you that was a brand new tonight.
Well, the good thing for Mikey is several drivers in the other heat races have had issues, so the passing points totals may not be too bad for him as compared to some of the other drivers who had issues in heat race number 2.
So Kretschko was definitely headed for the redraw as it looked on the restart there anyways. On the original green, he will have to go tail in the heat feature tonight for being tail in heat race number 3.
And this is an interesting heat race to keep an eye on with Cunningham and Steele both in this one, a couple of title contenders. And these heat races do count for points. Right now, Cunningham leads the way.
Cunningham to the high side of turn 4. Dempster in the back. Steeler on the move in the 80 car. And he will take it up to the top side. But it's all Cunningham right now on the back chute.
Cunningham and Steele, a couple of drivers who had good runs in the World of Outlaws show on Tuesday night, getting into the feature and doing a good job out there. Right now, Cunningham out front, Steele trying to make an inside move on Dempster.
Dempster right up to the outside groove. Steele pushes up a bit out of 4. Can't keep that going. 4 down, 4 to go now for Travis Cunningham in the 71.
Cunningham continues to ride the top side, but Dempster now eating into his lead. Dempster, though, gets over the cushion in turn 4. And we got 3 laps to go now with Cunningham out front.
Cunningham in the back stretch with a big run here ahead of the 5 of Keith Dempster. The 80 of Steele trying to make a run here on Keith Dempster. Pulling up on the back doors. They get to 1 and 2.
Cunningham will get the 2 to go. There's a white flag this time by, starting to pull away now from Dempster. Steele, Goldner, and Berberin falling back.
Top 3 stretching away from the field here. They come off 4. Checkers down. Travis Cunningham will make it into the redraw along with Dempster. Steeler, a few of them are going to move up tonight. Checkers out. That'll wrap up qualifying for the Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars.
Again, don't forget to pick up your souvenir program, $2 a piece, and a chance. Jamie Turner, Travis Cunningham on the front row. John Burbridge Jr., Todd Hoddick, row 2. Stephen Goldner, Scott Cruder, row 3. Dane Nida, Chris Steele, row 4. Dave Dykstra, Mitch Brown, row 5. They'll work down the backstretch. 19 cars preparing for 20 laps of battle here at Ohsweken Speedway for the Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Car. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show? Well, here you go. It's time to end all the anticipation as we bring to you our feature presentation.
Well, here we go. Turner on the front row looking for some good luck this year. Hoddick and Cruder, the teammates, started nose to tail. They're back in 3rd and 4th. Cunningham out into the lead.
4 wide at the back of the pack with Collard, Nida, Ross, and Havard. Daniels not sure how they made it through, but they did. Meanwhile, at the front, Travis Cunningham leads the way.
Jamie Collard is looking for a way up through this pack, as is his teammate Dane Nida. Nida shoots down to the inside, and he will take that position. Cunningham out front, Turner second, then Hoddick, Cruder, and Steele.
Travis Cunningham over Turner. Todd Hoddick looking racy in that 3rd spot. And his team car working now on the back end of 4th place. Chris Steele. It's Scott Cruder in 5th.
Steele threw a slide job on Cruder last time through turn 2. Took over that position. Here comes Hoddick trying to catch the back end of Jamie Turner.
Coming down to complete lap number 4. 16 to go here in this Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Car A main event. Some of the drivers on the move include Tom Hupinen in the 27H. Had to start at the tail. He's slowly working by cars now.
Hupinen and Dane Nida side by side. Steve Goldner takes the 30G to the pits. We stay under green. Mitch Brown just jumped the cushion up in turn 4. Did a good job to keep that car on all 4 wheels.
Your leader already catching lap traffic. The first car will be Sammy Stice in the 40 car. The straightaway back to Jamie Turner in second. Todd Hoddick third. Chris Steele fourth. And a battle for furthest. Keith Dempster moves into the top 5.
Chris Steele just tried to put the same move on Todd Hoddick that he did on Kruder. Hoddick's teammate a few laps to go couldn't get it done. He's still in the 4th spot right now. Dempster working on the back end of Kruder.
7 laps in as Travis Cunningham works through corner 3 and 4. The leader will now catch Krutchka and Daniels at the back of the pack with 8 laps in, 12 to go.
Cunningham's got 2 cars running side by side in front of him. Jamie Turner, though, gets crossed up in front of the lap car of Sammy Stice. He's not able to gain any ground on Cunningham right now.
The leader boxed in for a moment behind Burbridge Jr. and Krutchka. He slides up the banking, slips in between the 2 lap cars, but has still a straightaway back to second place, Turner.
Cunningham now has to go to the bottom side. He's been running the top all race long and can't get around the 0-1 of Mikey Krutchka as we get to the halfway signal. Cunningham out front, Turner second, here comes Steele up into third, Hoddick fourth, and Dempster now bidding for the top 5.
Chris Steele makes a dive down to the inside. He'll grab second spot, but crossing back the other way is Jamie Turner. Big flip off of corner number 3. And we got 2 cars rolling. Dave Dykstra and Jamie Collard up in 3 and 4. Flip violently in the corner. Clint Jeffrey running over to the scene there as Jamie Collard is the car closest to the stands up in corner 4. Dave Dykstra back in corner number 3. They're working to get both cars over. Dave Dykstra's car, they're flipping it over, so that's a good sign that Dave is okay in the car. Just wait for word here from Clinton Jeffrey. Jamie Collard's car remains on its side.
They are both out of the car.
So a wild double flip up in the corner, and both drivers will meet there. And discuss the situation. So definitely a difference of opinion up in quarter 3 and 4 between Dykstra and Collard. They will go to the pit area, cool down, and the main thing is both drivers are A-OK walking back to the pit area, and that's a good sign when you see 2 cars flip like they did. A wild roll over in 3 and 4. And honestly, I did not see what had happened between the 2 cars. Tommy, I don't know if you saw it either, but just a wild flip that I just caught the very end of.
No, I just caught the end of that one as well, unfortunately, but it looked like Dykstra was upside down first, and then Collard followed up there as he got up over the cushion. Travis Cunningham in the 71 in the lead, then the lap machine of Haber Daniels in the 9NZ, the 11 of Jamie Turner on the lead lap in the second spot, Chris Steele third in the 80 car, fourth is the 49 of Todd Hoddick, next in line the lap car of Sammy Stice in the number 40, and then fifth right now is the 49X of Scott Kruder.
So the cars will come down, stay single file past the Epiphany Wedding restart cone. Darren Shawcross, Epiphany Wedding, our in-house DJ, thanks to him as we go back green flag racing.
Here we go, Cunningham out front, and Turner pulled up beside his teammate Daniels on that last pace lap and told him which way he wanted to go. Daniels got out of the way quickly. Here comes Steele, though, making a run to the bottom side.
Steele shoots down the bottom, has that third spot as he gets by the lap car of Daniels. Now problems for Mikey Krutchka up high in 4. The car did a bit of a hop, but he regains control.
Turn number 2 starting to slick off and get dusty up there, and Chris Steele tried to make another run on Jamie Turner, got up into some slick spots and had to drop back.
Time by will be 13 laps into the record book, 7 to go as Travis Cunningham looking for his 3rd career sprint car win. That would be 3 on the season if he can do it here in the next 7 laps.
Steve Dempster has now gotten around Scott Kruder and up into that 5th spot, now going after Todd Hoddick for the 4th spot, tight in there with the lap car of Daniels.
Jamie Turner hanging right there where he needs to. If there's one little bobble or if flat traffic plays a factor, Jamie Turner is right there looking for his first sprint car win.
Cunningham gets the high five from starter Dale Suniman. 5 laps left to go for Cunningham as he looks for another feature win this season, and he may have kept some slower traffic before the end of this race.
Coming into tonight, Travis Cunningham was 2nd in points behind Glenn Styres, who isn't here. So very likely, it's going to be Travis Cunningham coming out unofficially as a point leader if he can hold on for 3 more circuits around.
And the front wing, getting a report from Dale Callan that the front wing is broken on the 3R car, so Cunningham going to have to be careful going around the rookie driver with the car not handling the way he would like.
2 more trips around for Travis Cunningham as he crosses the stripe. Jamie Turner again the straightaway back in 2nd place. Chris Steele right on his back nerf bar.
Cunningham just has to negotiate a couple of more sets of corners. A good battle going on back for the 4th spot. Hoddick and Dempster have been banging wheels for that one, and now the yellow flag comes out.
Havard Daniels comes to a rest up to the top of corner number 2, so we're back under yellow with 2 laps to settle it, and no lap traffic between the top 2, so we'll see if Jamie Collard has anything. Or Travis Cunningham, the final 2, not going to be able to fix it. White flag is out. Jamie Turner shows the nose. I'm right here, Travis, and I'm hungry for my first win. This guy's got a great history in modifieds, but he still doesn't have a sprint car win. How hungry is Jamie Turner?
Turner's been close before, but Cunningham has really been strong on the top side, so it's going to take a big effort by Turner. He's going to get around the 71 of Cunningham, and Chris Steele lurking there in 3rd. Not out of this one yet as well. Tom Hoopen has made it up from the back of the pack up into the top 6 now, top 7.
Green flag back out. Travis Cunningham leads him. Jamie Turner right there, dives to the bottom.
Turner tries to put the slide job. That doesn't work. Look at Dempster now making up some ground.
Steve Dempster's done very nicely in this feature, looking for a top 3. White flag is out. Cunningham, your leader. 1 more trip around to win number 3.
Cunningham heads out of turn 2, the final 5, putting some more distance between himself and Turner.
Final corner, final time. Travis Cunningham will win his 3rd feature of the season. Jamie Turner 2nd, Steve Dempster 3rd.
Scott Kruder and Chris Steele falls from 3rd to 5th in the last 2 laps.
There he is, the 3rd time this season going to Engine Pro Winner's Circle. It's Travis Cunningham. Tommy Gooch will head down to Engine Pro Winner's Circle with the winner, Travis Cunningham, the driver of the Grimsby and the trailers by Jim Bray. B&B Details, ERD Engines, car number 71.
Here he comes out of the car. Make some noise for your feature winner, Travis Cunningham. Travis making a new tradition for himself. His mom's in here again, broken ribs and all. And Travis gets a free night stay at the Best Western here in Brantford. A little extra prize here tonight. Here he comes around. Put your hands together again for your feature winner, Travis Cunningham. And Travis, this doesn't get old, does it?
It's never going to get old. People coming every week. I can't believe I got 3 this year. I was hoping for 1, and now I'm the point leader. I can't believe the way this season's going.
It was kind of a rough week for you. You were pretty much whipped after this one, 4 races in 8 days. Talk about the help that you got to get this car out here for 4 races in a week.
For the most part, it's just me and my 5-year-old car owner doing all the work, but Max and Terry, they let us keep their car at their shop. It's a big help. They come out on race day a lot and help out. I got to thank my mom for just being awesome. Just got to thank Amy Dangles, trailers by Jim Bray, ERD Engines. Got to thank the track crew for making a tacky surface after 4 nights of racing. That's hard to believe. And it's got to thank everyone because this is awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned the track tacky here tonight, and you used it to your advantage, run around the top side flat out.
Yeah, it was just fuller of the wood. Tonight's a good night to get a lucky redraw. Luck was on my side there. Started on the outside front row and just planned on holding her the wood and hoping to never look back.
There he is. That's Travis Cunningham. He gets the Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Car feature win here tonight.
Hey, we need those people right there on the front stretch. Yeah, they all go. Those people.
Friendly official's going to tell him he's in heat number 4. He's also going to tell him he needs to get his one-way radio operational.